See what I mean? No obvious signs of entry, except for that Jimmy mark on the window. And he's cut the phone lines. Nobody does that anymore. It's got Fairhurst written all over it. You might as well check upstairs. There'll be nobody there because he only burgles empty houses, but you never know.
Yes, Sarge.
Marcy! Hello, can you hear me? Get an ambulance.
It's 5198 control.
Hello?
We get an
Can you
ambulance
hear me?
down here straight away.
Sean, get out your pit. Where were you? Sean! Answer me when I'm talking to you.
Morning, Pat. You just got in?
No.
Well, that's funny because your car engine is still warm. Can we have a chat? How's Debbie and Sean?
She's off with her mates in Lanzarote. Not much time for me at the moment.
And the lad?
Look, is this going to take long? Because I've had no sleep.
You and me both, mate. The time is 07:45. Present is Sergeant Hollins interviewing Pat Fairhurst. You've been offered a solicitor, but you've declined. So where were you last night, Pat?
Footy match. United. Bit of a perk, really.
And that would have finished about, what, 9:45-ish? What you do after that?
Well, they wanted to practice first thing, and the pitch needed to be prepped. See, that's what I do now.
You're the groundsman? Ah, branching out. How long did that take?
Walked right through. Had no choice. You can check if you want.
I will. I am now showing Mr. Fairhurst the screwdriver that we found at Farnan Avenue. Is this yours, Pat?
I don't know.
You always use a screwdriver, don't you? To jimmy the back window. For the tape.
It wasn't me.
How many times have I arrested you, Pat? 6? 7? Always for burglary?
Look, I told you. It wasn't me. I was down the ground all night. Can I go now?
But this is a bit different because you're usually very careful and you make sure that the homeowners are out. Maybe you're slipping.
Charge me or let me go.
See, if you look closely, you'll see that there's blood on that screwdriver. That's the blood from the lady of the house. She was stabbed. Did she surprise you? You're not used to being disturbed, are you? Did you panic? I tried my best, but she didn't make it. So this is not about burglary. This is about murder.
Okay, I appreciate how stressful the situation is, but you have to try to think positively. Perhaps if we go through the details again, it will reassure you that you did everything you could.
Okay, you know what? You want details? Fine. I've got them all for you. What's the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario, I get struck off. Or suspended, pending endless court cases. Or I get put on some sort of GMC watch list for the rest of my career. That is, of course, assuming that I have a career. Now, what's the best case scenario? The best case scenario is that Sarah Millen does nothing. For now. Because there's always that chance that she'll put that call in.
You did everything you could.
Spare me the platitudes.
Fine. If you're not interested in anything that I have to say here, I'm going to work. But not you. Not in this state.
We're already Mrs. Tembe, Jimmy and Emma down. I'm perfectly capable of running a clinic. Thank you.
No, you're not. You'll lose concentration and you'll miss something, or you'll fear that you've missed something, and that will just compound this anxiety.
You know me that well.
Absolutely, I do. So, no arguments. Take the day off, clear your head, and no dwelling. I've got a couple of jobs you could be getting on with.
Right.
The fridge needs clearing out. Mrs. Stebbins forgot to do that last week. And the garden shed, you've been hoping to clear that out ever since we moved in here. Joe, we're going! I will call you later. Don't dwell.
Dr. Chesterton, welcome back.
Sergeant?
Did you enjoy your sabbatical?
It was a change, I suppose.
Good.
Is there something I can help you with?
No, I'm just trying to make conversation. Busy?
It's a bit early for the deluge. Just drunk. Spent all night down his local pub and was found lurching down the high street. Henry Samuels?
I'll leave you to it. Samuels, have you got an address?
41 Farnan Avenue, Leatherbridge. Why?
Morning, Valerie. You'll have to make some rearrangements, I'm afraid. Daniel isn't coming in today.
Who's going to cover his clinic?
Well, I'm sure you'll find someone who's available. Or just like that. I'm sure you'll manage.
Dr. Carmichael. Under normal circumstances, that wouldn't be a problem. But we are 10 minutes away from surgery. The kettle's broken. Karen's already shouted at me. Tash is in the toilets crying. I don't know why yet. And I've got to prepare an account statement for Mrs. Tenby. So I am not entirely confident that I can do as you ask.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry, but, you know. Here are your repeats.
Thanks.
Urgents are on top.
I could cover.
No, you've got that patient care meeting.
Yeah, well, not till 10:30. That'll give us time to find someone.
Oh, thank you, Sid.
Or try Heston. I think he said he was just out doing some shopping this morning.
Good morning, Mill Health Centre.
You okay?
Not really, no.
Why? What happened?
What's the point of it anyway?
I'm sorry, Mr. Samuels. I appreciate you've been through a great deal.
What do you know about that?
All done. It must have been a great shock losing her like that. I am so sorry.
Losing her?
Your wife.
What?
They didn't tell you. Get the sergeant. I'm terribly sorry. I thought you knew.
Not Kath. She can't. What, how?
I don't know the details, I'm afraid.
Hello, Mr. Samuels. I'm Sergeant Hollins. I'm really sorry to have to confirm that your house was burgled in the early hours. Mrs. Samuels was attacked. And she died.
No, that can't be right. No.
I'm so sorry, Henry. If you go with this officer, we'll get someone to speak to you. I'm so sorry. What the hell do you think you were playing at?
Why hadn't anyone told him?
Because he wasn't in any fit state. We were waiting for him to sober up.
Well, I would have thought the news that his wife had been murdered would have sobered him up in a trice.
It wasn't my decision. I am not the custody sergeant. But can I suggest in future that you check before revealing sensitive information to a detainee?
And can I suggest in future you keep the FME on duty informed so such blunders don't occur?
Come back, Jimmy and Emma. All is forgiven.
What was that, Sergeant?
You heard. I've got the initial report from the pathologist. I thought you might be interested. We will get a full one in a few days' time. But from preliminary observations, it seems that Mrs. Samuels was stabbed 7 times with your screwdriver.
Not mine.
Sorry, the screwdriver found at the scene. And CSI have found a partial print on that said screwdriver. Sloppy again.
Are you going to charge me or what?
I'm just giving you a chance to put your side of the story. It could help you in the long run.
I want a solicitor.
Good idea. I don't blame you for that, because the evidence is stacking up. But that'll take a while, so why don't you save a bit of time and tell us what happened now? No? OK. Please yourself. Back to the cells. Interview suspended, 10:50. It's a real shame, Pat, because it seemed like you were turning your life around.
I thought I would just pop in and see the patient.
Well, I have just been admiring your lovely flowers. Very thoughtful.
Oh, there was nothing really.
No, on the contrary, you've kept everything just so.
Well, I got Heston to hoover around a couple of times while I put my feet up.
Now, as a thank you, my vegetable stew, Dr. Carter's favorite.
You have not been cooking.
Oh, no, no, no. I freeze them when I have the time.
Ah, well, thank you. Lovely.
All right, now you can tell me everything that has been happening while I've been away.
Oh, well, there's not much to tell. You know most of it, but I have got a better idea. I have bought some savouries.
Well, not for me, but I will put the kettle on.
No, you sit down. I will put the kettle on.
Right, you can tell me everything that I have been missing.
Sergeant Hollins, is it really necessary to keep Mr. Samuels any longer?
I haven't interviewed him yet, so yes. I was waiting for you to give the all clear.
Well, actually, I'd really like to run a few more tests. His heart rate's fast and he's hypertensive.
I'm not surprised. He's just found out that his wife's been murdered.
Do we really have to have this discussion again?
Look, I just need to take a statement and then he can go.
Well, as I was trying to say, Sergeant, he's still very distressed.
Is he fit for interview or not?
Well, if you'll just listen to me for one moment. Henry?
I have something to tell you.
OK, I need you to take some slow, steady breaths for me.
My angel, my calf. It's all my fault. I didn't mean to leave it like that. I just, I needed to get a drink. I must have... I killed her. Oh, God, I killed my cat.
I'm sick of this, Sarah. I'm climbing the walls here. I even went for a run to try and clear my head.
Oh, good. Did that work?
No, it didn't. Do you know what, though? I'm a good mind to call Sarah Millen.
Absolutely not.
But why the hell not? I mean, maybe I could diffuse the situation.
Not with that attitude, you won't. No, we get in touch with the MDU and ask their advice first. I've got to go. Try not to worry. And please don't do anything silly. Daniel.
Yes, okay, I promise.
Okay, we'll speak later. Bye. Sorry, Sid.
How is he?
Twitchy.
Understandable. Listen, Valerie needs his signature for the latest account report, so...
Oh, well, won't mine do?
It needs at least 2 partners, and with Jimmy away...
Oh, for goodness sake, well, I'll have to take her home with me then.
Actually, she could do with it today, so I was thinking maybe I could drop in on Daniel myself. Heston's taken over now, and I was popping out anyway, so...
I don't know.
Look, just a chat with another doctor. Less experienced, obviously, but maybe I can help.
If you upset...
I won't. Look, if steam starts coming out of his ears, I'll make a run through. Promise.
All right. Maybe you could distract him with something inane. You're good at that.
Okay, there's a compliment in there somewhere.
Oh, and Jimmy and Emma, well, I'm sure you appreciate with them being off, he has been pretty hectic, but it's all really good.
Poor Dr. Carmichael and Dr. Granger, though.
Yeah, well, you mustn't worry about it, though, because I'm sure it's going to be okay. He only went in there for camping equipment.
Camping equipment?
I know. Doesn't seem like Zara's thing, does it? Poor Daniel. I mean, what else could he have done, Mrs. Tenby?
Well, I'm sorry, I do not understand. I was talking about the difficulty of them covering for me. Well, the mill being understaffed.
Yeah, but so was...
No, you were talking about camping equipment.
I've told them to get an MRI. That collapse was clearly a cerebral event.
Cerebral.
It means some kind of brain...
I know exactly what it means, thank you.
Of course, your wife. I'm sorry.
So, Henry...
It's something I noticed earlier. Swollen optic nerves, which can mean raised intracranial pressure. A potential brain tumour.
Could that explain him possibly attacking his wife and then not being able to remember it?
What, you want me to guess?
Why not?
It's possible.
Right.
I need to make some calls.
Oh, let me help you.
No, I can
Look, I'm sorry. I thought you knew about Daniel.
I need to speak to them.
No.
It is dangerous to underestimate this situation.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Without careful handling. Well, this think and quickly escalate.
Look, I'm sure Zara and Daniel appreciate your support, but they are dealing with it. Plus, you have just come out of hospital. You are under strict rest orders for good reason.
Just minor post-operative soreness, that is all.
Yeah, that's not the point. You have to take it easy. You can't solve this one, Mrs. Tembe. They will talk to you about it when they are ready to.
Come in.
Sergeant Hollins, can I have a word?
Call you back. Take a seat.
I've just been speaking to the Samuels GP.
Have you?
Well, at any rate, it turns out Henry was his wife's carer. She had a chronic heart condition and, well, it was a lot of work. Since the recent cuts, they've had no regular help at all. Now, that pressure, coupled with the brain trauma...
What, you're saying that he snapped, attacked his wife and then went out and got drunk?
As I said, it's possible. Does that help?
Yes, it does. It explains a lot, seeing as I've arrested the wrong man. I've just seen footage of him on the pitch at Leatherbridge United at the time of the attack.
So, case closed?
It is for him.
Good. I have just had confirmation of a meeting with the catering manager at St. Philomena's.
What meeting?
It is just to discuss the hospital's food policy.
Ah, good. No, hang on. I thought we just agreed you were meant to be taking it easy.
For goodness, they're not going to be able to see me until after Easter.
Well, good. That means you can rest first, then prepare for your case.
Prepare my case. Very good.
Mrs. Tembe, when was the last time you had any fun?
Fun?
Yeah, you know, lived a bit, got down and dirty, had a boogie.
Excuse me?
Okay, maybe not that, but... You know, since you've taken on this new job, you've become very serious. Yeah, everyone at work, they were saying...
Oh, okay. You have been discussing me with others?
Just out of concern. Karen was saying that you used to be out a lot more, out and about, seeing friends from the church, the food bank.
Yeah, well, my time is very limited now.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be. You know, even Heston is really worried. He says that you've lost some of your joyful lightness. You're doing a good job, but Winifred, where is the balance?
Jerry, can you get Pat Fairhurst out on number 2, please?
Sarge.
The whole case just turned on its head and he can go. I'll let Frank know at the desk.
Yep, okay.
I do love this house, you know, Daniel. Loads of space, but not too much, if you know what I mean.
You said something about wanting my signature.
Oh, yeah, of course. Business first.
Oh, yeah. No, Valerie, one of my sons. Cheers. I do know that Zara sent you round to distract me.
Rumbled.
So you know?
Okay, yeah, I admit I heard about the situation at the camping shop. But I wanted to come by and just offer some moral support.
That's kind. But it was a little bit more than a situation. I did something in good faith. I tried to save a man's life.
Yeah, no, I understand. I totally empathise. When I lost Evelyn Robinson...
You empathise? You lost an elderly lady. That happens.
No, yeah, you're right. I didn't have my 5-year-old son watching as I failed to save a life. I mean, all this talk of lawyers and recriminations, I mean, that must be nothing compared to your worries about Joe.
Oh, it's been really nice.
It has been very lovely, and thank you again for coming.
There was something else, which is partly the reason that I came round here before I put my big foot in, Mum.
It is forgotten.
Would you like to come to dinner next week?
Well, that sounds very pleasant, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Heston's idea. He He's invited an ex-surgeon friend, and he thought it'd be nice to invite you to make a foursome sort of thing, and I totally get if it's not your...
I would love to come.
Right.
No, I look forward to meeting any friend of Dr. Carter's.
Good. Okay. Well, that is good, and I am going to leave now before I spoil this lovely moment.
Hello, Mr. Samuels.
Doctor, what are we doing here?
I had a meeting, and I thought I'd come and check up on you. I didn't do the best job at the police station. How are you feeling?
I don't know anymore. Feel sober.
Yes, the diazepam will be having a stabilizing effect. Have they told you about the initial scan?
They said something about a shadow. Mass.
Yes, on the frontal lobe, which I believe could explain the memory problems and anxiety.
What's going to happen to me, Doc?
I'm afraid it's hard to say until they've run a few more tests.
Okay, I get it. Everything got so mixed up. I should have been stronger.
Well, dealing with your wife's illness would have been difficult enough. Henry, you said you killed her.
It's all so confusing. I can remember standing over her body.
So, you came back to the house after drinking all night?
No one should ever go like that. Alone and scared. In pain.
Henry, I'm sorry to ask you this, but do you actually remember killing Kath?
I remember finding her. It must have been me. It's just this brain thing.
Okay. I just need to make a quick phone call. I'll be back. I promise.
I see. Yeah, that is a different story. No, we'll still need to speak to him. It's not cut and dried. Okay, thanks, Doctor. Pat.
I need to talk to you.
About what?
That woman. I killed her. It was like you said. I went home early from the ground, let the other lads finish off, and I just felt the need.
You felt the need to burgle?
You don't understand. It's a compulsion, you know. But you're right, it was sloppy. I mean, I hadn't checked out the house, but, you know, it was 5 in the morning. They were probably asleep a quick in and out.
Yeah, and Mrs. Samuels disturbed you?
Yeah, I must have woken her up.
And this was at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, I didn't see her come down, but, well, she scared me, to be honest, and I panicked, and I lashed out with that screwdriver. Look, I didn't mean to kill her, I swear it.
I do believe you, Pat.
Yeah?
I believe you didn't mean to kill her because you weren't there. You've never even met her.
Look, I'm telling you.
Who are you protecting?
No one. It was me.
No, I didn't find Mrs. Samuels at the bottom of the stairs. She was in a front room. The print on the screwdriver isn't yours. And Leatherbridge United were kind enough to give me the CCTV footage from last night, and there you are, plain as day, all the way through till 6 a.m.
All right, I got the times wrong.
No, we got a call at 5:40. I found Mrs. Samuels at 6 a.m. So I'll ask you again. Who were you trying to protect? It's Sean, isn't it?
He thinks I'm a superhero. There's a drawing somewhere around of me in a cloak and a stethoscope.
All kids have to realise that their dad isn't superhuman.
Yeah, but he's 5 years old, Sid.
Okay, surely you've explained that Dad can't save everyone.
Of course.
So he's just got to process that. Even at 5, he can understand that, surely.
Yeah, but he's going to spend the rest of his life with the memory of me killing a man in a shop.
Trying to save a life. And it's just one of thousands of memories.
Yeah, but that's the memory he's going to have. He's going to remember that one.
Yeah, it's just like he's always going to remember his first ice cream or going to Legoland or playing Tiny Tim. It's one of many memories. And yet, that memory's scary and a bit confusing, but it's okay.
I just feel like I let him down, you know?
I know.
Okay, come get changed and then I'll show you that.
How is he?
He's fine. They made mugs in pottery. His is a little more the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but he's very excited about it. He's going to put some pens in it for you.
Is he?
Did you do the fridge?
Yeah, I did it.
Was Sid unbearable?
No, actually, he was fine.
How many of these have you had?
Couple. Yourself?
Look, I contacted the MDU today. I am so sorry that this has happened to you. But you know we need to deal with it properly.
Yeah. And so it begins. Zara always says that men are from Mars and women are from Venus.
Valerie, honestly, mate, I'm fine.
Oh, yeah. Because there's nothing like a pair of strappy heels to make life worth living.
Zara's from Mars.
She's out there.
It's a highly sensitive document. Sorry, I should have said.
Tonight, will Mick get the answer he's hoping for? The situation's desperate.